Hello gamers, what's up boys? Welcome to another YouTube video. Before we get into it, I want to remind you that the giveaway is running where you could win a GPU worth 1200 euros or one of the gift cards which are also totaling up to 1200 euros. It takes about 10 minutes of your time to enter. Really easy, we have a docs that explains everything. It will be in the comments down below. Do check it out. Minimal effort, nice reward. Anyways, today, 277. A tank that is different than most of your hold-on heavies because you don't have gun depression with it. However, what it does have is speed. It can side scrape a little bit. Nice alpha at 490, and just compared to the i7, a better gun per se. For the gun stats, because you guys want to know about this, it's 265 on AP with 1000 average speed. That's pretty good. 340 though on the heat with a 1030 speed as well. Again, this is a tank when you're playing against tier 10s, you benefit the most from shooting that heat. However, and this MM can get away with nice defender. You can get away with probably shooting AP quite sometimes. That's why intuitions just have a nice skill to have. So we spot out the AMX here. That is 277 gun for you right there. It does that quite often. There's no point to try to fix this because you can't fix shit. And then you see here the lack of gun depression, which is going to be pretty hard for me to play around in the valley. I'm going to try my best to make it work because I think I can make this work from this position here. Because from here I can do this, which is peek down on towards them. So I don't really need gun depression from this. You need to be careful from the TDs here or TD here. But again, this is lower tier MM, so there's less risk to it. Now, when you want to peek this, you want to go... It's even hard for me. You got to go high up against the hill to somehow get your gun to depress. It sounds easier in theory than it is in actual practice. You are able to do it though if you find that slight gun depression you see here right now. I have slight enough gun depression for this, so I can shoot the roof of the BZ. But this is not easy, and you still have to be careful from the back, of course. You have to be careful from the BZ as well. We do get some nice damage out here already. We do now have enough gun depression to shoot the cupola of the MX, so we're going to continue doing that. And in general, on Lakeville, if you're allowed to take this position, if they're not challenging you for it, it is really nice to have. I gotta be careful with over peeking here though, because I'm gonna be exposing my hull, which is not something I like doing against BZs. Get another nice shot against the MX, and you know, 277 is still very, very solid. The strength of the 277 is the alpha and mobility. The weakness is trading against like actual hold-on heavies, where they are gonna be able to shoot the this cupola. Where they can shoot your cupola. Your cupola, however, is pretty good against heat guns because there's an observation device in front which they're going to be hitting quite often. I don't know why that bounced, but it did. But anyways, we're starting to win the city. We're just having a pretty... we call this a pretty easy farm game right now. We still have a lot of our HP. We can make some trades, even if the T-32 shoots us. Doesn't really matter too much. Every time he shows us the hull, and that's the strength of this gun, the 490 Alpha. It's just nice to have compared to like mediums, like even compared to like a 430U, because a lot of people are always talking about, yeah, but what about 430U? It's kind of a heavy as well. This has HP, this has side scrape possibilities. 430U has, of course, this is the better side scrape possibility than the 277, but it's a speed, mobility, Alpha, also pen on the heat shells as well, pretty fine pen on the AP, which is the shells I went through first. And in the right MM, in the right game, you can really utilize the speed, mobility to your advantage to really just punish enemies. I think the way I played there in the valley was a pretty good showcase of how to get around the tank that has not really too much gun depression and how to still make this work. I like this tank in general. I think i7 is still more... I think the i7 is more dummy-proof to play because the armor is more trolley. However, this side scrape is better, the gun is better. There's a lot of things about this tank that if you're a bit more experienced of a player, you make it work well for you. And this was pretty straightforward. I mean, we do 5.7 in this game, which is a pretty good result out of this, especially when it's so quick. My team won both the city and the valley at the same time, so getting 5.7 out of this is more than fine. It's just straightforward. But yeah, the thing, the valley there is a good showcase of how to play it, what to pay attention to, what to be careful of, especially the TDs from the back. They can ruin you. Already, of course, luckily enough, not shooting at us. and not really anything contesting us. And when there's nothing contesting you that can really fight you, you have to just farm away and get the max out of it. So I do 5.7, top of the team. I still made credits actually because of the reward for completing a mission, whatever. I don't have personal boost. I don't have clan boost. I don't have holiday ops boost. There's all things you have to take into account when watching the credit income, because you, even with shooting a lot of heat, you don't lose that much if you're hitting your shots to begin with. And also if you have personal credit boost and clan credit boost, which I think many people have. There's many casual clans around that will offer you a credit boost for very little. We get Ghost Town Assault on defense, which is something I like. On this map, I know you have two choices of where to start in the beginning. It's either you play on this corner here, which allows you to get a shot on the crossing, or you play on this corner here, which allows you to get a shot on that crossing. It's pretty good for initial damage. I feel like in general people are very prone to cross either of the two, but I still feel like they're more prone to cross the E line, so I like going there a bit more. I always go towards that. I don't like taking a top tier heavy, especially in this, towards either the K line or the A line. I think it's a bit of a waste. You gotta play your tanks to its strengths, and its strengths is playing in the city. Their team is not anything too scary. The IS-4 is the biggest nuisance here because he can side scrape very well, and you know, banning IS-4 is always kind of annoying when they do find that side scrape. Going from here also allows us to go behind this, which we'll probably demonstrate after. So you peek out, you line up the shot, and as soon as you don't have the shot, you can start adjusting to go into side scrape to make it harder on the enemy team to hit you on the move if they are crossing. We just chill here for a little bit. Their heavies are still arriving. Don't have to be greedy just yet. You have to be careful from the hold on there. You don't spot this, so there could always be somebody sitting there, like even a shit burn on a Foch. Peeking out against that is in general a pretty risky move that I don't really like going for. And of course, because they have a Type 5, it's going to take quite a while before they even get into position. They can't go to this corner really because I'm spotting the approach. Just watching what's getting spotted in both sides, and the mediums are north and south. That's fine. Now you see there's a Kranwagen there. I'm gonna slowly peek this, like really slowly, to check if I could get a shot on something. And this is the hold on you always have to be really careful about. And since there's nothing there, I think I can... Ooh, Emil getting spotted out though. No, I can't peek this. He's pretty hold out. But because there's nothing there, we can do something that the type that the 277 is actually decent at, which is a reverse side scrape. When you do a reverse side scrape, it has to be a pretty tight one though. If you don't do a tight reverse side scrape, it's not that good because they can pen you through the track as soon as you over angle slightly. Now with the CS coming there, I was gonna say we use the pillar as a bit of a cover. I'm not trying to block my AMX, but yeah. I'm just trying to get back here right now to help out my VZ55 against this. That seems to be a Type 5 pushing up. Again, when you do this, it has to be a really tight side scrape. Even that doesn't work out though. In my case here, so the Type 5 seems to be running turbo HP. And the VZ is right behind me, which makes everything so much more hard. But that was actually going to go around the corner. Got a good pen there against the Type 5. We can get one more before he reloads as well, which we should do. Don't like trading it out against Types too much, but when he's on reloads and my VZ is donating himself for some reason, I can get away with this, and I should be doing this as well. I'm just spending the Type through basically every shot, and because the VZ wreck is there, I don't think he's reloaded just yet. I'm gonna go behind the wreck, try to hide my cupola. Got a good pen on him against there. My cupola's on the left hand side, which is what I'm trying to pay attention to. You see the IS-4 is also on the other side, which pushes the Type to be alone. And he's in a really hard position against me in his Type 5. Because I could even shoot between the turret and the hull here of the VZ. Him dying as a paid actor actually working out there for me. It's unlikely that the Type is ever gonna pen this. We gotta be careful from the Capto. I gotta be careful from the Kran as well, who I might have a shot on. Doesn't seem like it though. And now the play here is to actually go up like this. Which is also risky though still. We also have the STB doing it, but the T95 I don't think should be peeking. The issue is the Type 5 though. He could be holding the angle against us now from the other corner. Could peek on gun maybe to try and spot without getting shot. Yeah, the T95 is sitting there watching us. He immediately takes a big shot from the gorilla though, pushing him around the corner. Or pushing him back at the very least. I'm actually gonna jump off. You can jump off from this relatively for free. I wanna go kill the first 155. We are down 5k, so we gotta play a more careful game. We're gonna lose the K-line as well. We're gonna lose the north. We're gonna lose either side actually of this map right now. So the way to peek this first 155 without getting fucked is actually not at all right now, because of the fact that their heavies are coming through there. Yeah, this is a very hard game in general. The Force is not going for it. I give him one nice pen. He's gonna be pushing out around the corner. Face hug here might be the ideal. We tried to face hug there because okay. It's an interesting non-connection there. The issue is that that was our supposed hold on. That kind of died at that moment in time, which is kind of unfortunate. I'm gonna peek against the email though. Give the email one. I gotta try and stay safe from the type, which I'm doing by driving under like this. Okay, there's a slight hold on here that I can play. I don't connect it though. I have the email coming behind me now, who's going to undoubtedly kill me. Maybe one more shot. No, well, not one more shot. So 4k, not the greatest of battles, because my city team got rolled really hard, and the gun was not behaving 100% either. In a longer game, we're probably fine there. If we pen the push, we're probably fine as well, because we have an actual cooldown to play from behind. But yeah, my team just getting rolled, really. It's not much we can do about that, about the team getting rolled. I mean, their Type 5 actually having a good game. Doing pretty well. My PC S-Conk, I mean, when your top tiers don't perform, it's kind of hard to get anything out of it. Anyways, we have now 2 games with 4.8 average. The 277, it is a potential 5k tank. I got it with 5k. It also really depends on the MM though, that you're playing in, how the sessions go. You can have games like this Ghost Town, but then even worse, where your team gets rolled, and because you're not really like a hold-down tank that can just sit and just shoot because of gun depression, and you don't really have like sick DPM either, you are always kind of in a scenario where you can have bad games which drag you down. This is not as easy to play as your average sorry, as your average S-Conk or your AMX or whatever. But the compensation return is you do have that alpha though. You have that 490 alpha with the heat pen, which is pretty nice. And what do you trade off in return from that? Yeah, a bit of hold on potential. Potential also to hit, because the gun is just a lot more random. But the MM is kind on us though. Like, it really is kind on us. And we are going to be going towards here, because we might be able to punish somebody going on the balcony on Airfield. I'm not too sure what I have banned at this moment in time. The BZ, I think, will make this. So there's no point even peeking this. Not too sure where there's a pattern there, but it's not just a pattern. There's more than a pattern there. Either the enemy Manticore is there, or I think the enemy Manticore is there, or the enemy Manti. But that got spotted really early, and I mean really early. Normally you could think about pushing this, however, in the scenario that we are in, when you look at, or the batch of 12T spotted me, that could be as well actually. That's a possibility. Already fired. Our VZ is pushing across, and I kind of hate this play without coverage from A0. I think we hit the pattern, but in general I hate making this play without having A0 covered in some way, shape or form. The Batcher 12T is speaking again. We are not connecting that, even though he's firing towards us. He is slowly dying though. We are losing the K-line, however, which is kind of what I'm watching for now, because losing the K-line would be pretty bad. We're also minus 4.5k HP again, of course, which is even worse. I'm tempted to pressure up through the... No, I'm gonna go fight this out. I gotta do something here. Keep my AMP MX30 alive for as long as possible. Because when he gets pushed, it's sayonara to me too. We gotta keep some control over the north. So if I come to help him out quickly, there's a chance he will survive. Or we will trade off of his death to a pretty good level. So he does one more shot against the list. There is a CC here though. But that man died in his list, which is pretty good for us. And now I gotta find a way to play against the Conqueror and the CC though. But like I said, I have to somehow keep my south side alive. You can see how it's a bit awkward to peek this because of the... I shoot a good spot there on the CC because of the gun depression. And because of the fact that I'm not really a hold-on tank, so... I could trade against the Conqueror for one shot though, if I can find him. Without exposing to the CC too much. Got a good pen against the CC though, who's pushing up, aggro, and he may make APMX30 to survive as long as possible. Trying to get a pen there against the CC. We are starting to slowly lose the Nord. I'm proud of my buddy on the APMX30 though. I'm gonna try and kill the Conqueror now. An unfortunate low roll means that we don't do it, but in return though, we are going to kill him next, then we're going to kill the CC, and we're going to even out this battle. Good shot from the Conqueror. There's no point to risk your shot at this moment in time, because you want to be 100% penning it, which is what we tried there. Now we're looking for the CC, although the CC seems to have run away actually. The shitburn is in the north though. Which is... I'm gonna take one more for this, and I take 300 for myself. That was not the trade. Let's be real. I wanted to kill the CC, but I forgot that they have a VK unspotted, which is interesting when they've already pushed the K-line. Luckily enough, that's a stock MX. Where do all these tanks keep coming from, bro? They just keep pulling out tank after tank out of nowhere. We got a good pen against him. He might push forward. I want to keep backing off. I got a good shot from Arity, which actually tracks him, which means I can peek this again. Make him a one shot. We're still minus 4.5k HP though somehow, which is crazy to me because I've done 4k. I've held the south flank basically by myself. And the AP, Amex, you can't forget about him. Thank you to artillery players and their existence in this world. You have to try and snap that because the Manticore gun is not that bad. I can say many things about the Manticore, but it doesn't have such a bad gun that you cannot say that it would hit that. I saw that the BZ was looking at me. He's getting pressured by a T-77 though, which he's gonna snap and kill. Ideally, I surprise the BZ here when he's pushing through. Like either I surprise him from here, which I don't think he spotted me for. Oh, he did spot me for this. That's kind of bad. I'm 300 HP though. Yeah, I give him 507. I'm gonna need a shot from somebody though on him. Edit the ID. There's a Martian behind me as well. I'm gonna push forward here in the hopes of dodging the Martian. I achieve at the Martian goal. I'm now aiming at the BZ. We kill each other. It's unfortunate. I have enough heat pen for his turret, but you know, it's a BZ. It's a rocket monkey. What can you do? How did we lose? I'm not sure, to be honest. We got a nice 5.5k game out of this. I feel like I made the correct moves in this to salvage it. Outside of dropping on the CC, that wasn't that good. We salvaged it, but it really wasn't that good. We could have just done it from the lower side as well. With slightly better rolls, we take a bit less damage, but all in all, like, you know, we did pretty well. I mean, against the CC as well, we got a bit unfortunate with the rolls, meaning that we had to use 2 shots on him. Same with the Kong, we had to use 2 shots on him. Ideally, we could have dropped from the top and it'd be a one-shot, or should have been a one-shot. That's a bit of RNG. Can't do too much about it. We took an extra shot from the Kong because we low-rolled. We took an extra shot from the CC because we low-rolled overall. But for an airfield battle, was pretty good. And I think there we could see like the strength of the tank being the well, consistent fire, right? If you compare it to, for example, a VZ, is he close to dropping off into the water or something? Or like, what is this position we're giving? But the strength is the mobility. We saw our south side in despair, and we quickly moved towards it to try and even out the odds, which was pretty good if you think about it, right? So I will take that. I'll definitely take that for airfield, and I will take that for the session as well. Enemy VK crashed, interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna leave this battle because there's nothing worth watching anymore. Nice 5.5k battle. That's gonna even out the session to about 5k on the 277. We got a bit lucky with MM as well though, because, you know, propaganda MM. For equipment on the 277, I think you have 2 choices. 3 maybe, if you're willing to experiment. One is HP stabs rammer. The other one is turbo stabs rammer, if it's like a low tier MM battle where there's nothing really dangerous and you want to be like super fast. And the other one is HP turbo rammer. You could experiment with this, but the gun handling is going to suck. I mean, if you're playing within 50 meters, it's fine, but the gun handling is going to suck, like really, really badly. Those are your choices. In terms of field mods, about the same as with every heavy. We don't take all-terrain suspension because it's not worth it. You can get tracked in one shot, even with hardening. We take aiming circle size reduction. We take the extra view range. We take the top forward speed. And here, you could argue that you either take nothing, left or right. It's kind of a choice. I like the extra HP. In case that I do survive, you could take the slight reduction in dispersion or in less HP, or you could just take nothing. It is a choice that goes any way that you want to. It's kind of up to you. Experiment with it and decide. But yeah, 3 battles, nice 5.1, made some good moves, played some decent positions. I think it was arguably not that bad. Team detail 5.5 in this battle, which is a good result. We did blind hit the pattern, but we just knocked out his track. That's unfortunate. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video, gamers. I will see you guys for the very next one, which will probably be tomorrow. As always, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys soon. Peace.